This is just kind of an update of about most of the new stuff that has been released in Ponder since I probably last talked about it. Like if you're following the channel, you might have seen these things come through, but this is kind of everything in one place. This is what I'm going to demo in a second, the subgraph ID template, which is kind of part of the sort of vampire attack on the graph protocol that I'm attempting to mount. Try to make it as easy as possible to build a Ponder app for any subgraph that's been deployed to the hosted service. Okay, so we're going to run it back on the OKPC subgraph. I am gonna pretend that I'm someone who wants to build an OKPC Ponder app, and I'm gonna go over to this part of the docs here. I'm gonna copy this command. What is my project name? It's called OKPC API. And now I'm gonna choose the subgraph ID option, and now I can just go to the subgraph right here. This is like the deployment ID. I can paste that in, click start. Okay, so it created it. I'm gonna open up my editor. Here's the OKPC schema that was pulled from the hosted service, as well as like the ABIs, and the config also has like the start block for when the contract was deployed. So it's kind of everything you need to get going. If I go back to the docs, it tells me to run pm dev, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run it. Okay, so I need to paste an RPC URL so Ponder can fetch the blockchain data. I'll grab that from Alchemy, and then I'll paste it into my like .env. So the contract is now backfilling all of the events from OKPC. Let's see like what kind of events we want to listen to. What about gallery art collected? Okay, cool. So that's sort of the Ponder hobby loading thing. When I save the file, it shows everything here. You can kind of see how that works. Obviously, like the hard part of this is if you were to actually, migrate the subgraph, you need to rewrite all of your event handler logic. But the hope is that doing so with Ponder would be much faster because you get the hot reloading. Also, something you'll notice here is like these are bigints. So like this is where like some of that VM typing is starting to come in. Previously, these would have actually been strings probably, because they would have been like stringified bigints, but now we're just using the native JavaScript type. And then like if you look at the event.block object, these all have like comments, and this is just like a straight up VM block that Ponder has like persisted and is now sending you. It's got all kinds of interesting stuff on it. So yeah, that's the latest on Ponder.